Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I was coming on today to kind of discuss something that I discussed in one of my previous videos, but I wanted to go into in a little more depth about my doula career and my doula journey. And I wanted to kind of discuss some of the steps that I took because I do see in a lot of comments today, especially in the femininity realm, a lot of women saying that they are looking into getting into birth work. I think Chrissy, if you follow her, posted something about Black women not being a part of the X amount of jobs that was gained in May of 2020. And so she was basically stating that we out here fighting for Black men while everybody else is over here getting jobs and securing bags. And a lot of women were saying that a lot of Black women are starting to get into the entrepreneurial realm and they aren't looking for jobs and they're not looking to going back into corporate America. They're looking to, you know, work from home and start their own business. And one of the comments that I saw, a lady was saying that she is starting her doula journey. And of course, I got giddy and excited because that was where I was in 2015 when I started to get on this femininity journey. I didn't really categorize it as that, but I really wanted to stay home with my kids. I was just so exhausted. And me being a feminine woman already, if I'm working too hard, I'm going to be looking for ways to bring it back down to the scale that's manageable for me. And so that's what I was doing. And so I went and found did some research on different organizations and companies that were offering full scholarships for doula certifications and for women of color. And so I found one on it's called thegrandchallenge.org. And I'm gonna make sure that's what it's called and put it in the description box. But yeah, I clicked on that and it gave like a directory and a list of different organizations and companies and that were offering free certifications to women of color for doula, to become a doula. And so I went to Dallas, traveled there. The training was 4 days and it was okay. I feel like I didn't get a lot from the training because it was just 4 days and it was such a plethora of information that was given to us within those 4 days, which, you know, when you take in so much information, like only a little bit of it was absorbed. And so I really didn't start getting into the work until, or really start understanding the work until I started working. And how did I do that? I live in Austin, Texas, and this is kind of like a birth town. So it's heavy in birth, but it's not for heavy in birth for women of color. And so a lot of my clients that I started off with were people who were of Caucasian descent. And I started out volunteering. So we have an organization here called GALS, and they have like a dispatch where nurses can call in if a woman that's coming in trying to like having a baby doesn't have like a partner or needs some support. They would call that dispatch, and then the dispatch would call one of their volunteer doulas. And so I've racked up a lot of births in that in a very short period of time. And so I gained a lot of experience during that time as well. I think I racked up about 20 births in 4 months. And so, yeah, I was working, I was doing a lot of work. And so then I kind of got burnt out because I want to talk about that as well. There is such a thing in this line of work called doula burnout, and I experienced that. And so I kind of fell off a little bit and started to build my brand around and started building a brand around my doula business. And so that consisted of, social media outreach. I was into selling products such as postpartum kits, belly bands, herbs, those type of things, just to kind of rest up. I wasn't really interested in doing postpartum work because a lot of postpartum doulas are expected to stay overnight. And that's just something I wasn't interested in because I need my beauty sleep. And so I did that for a while, and then I came across another organization that catered to Black women. And to this day, I still work for that organization. I'm actually the director of the doula program at that organization. So I have 10 contract doulas that service our women that come through our program. And so I'm enjoying that because I feel like I'm able to make a difference and serve more women like that, because that was the whole reason why I got into this work, is because I saw the statistics amongst women of color, Black women in particular, and I wanted to do something about it. And so and when I was actually working, all of my clientele was white women. And so that was cool and all. I don't mind serving white women. It's just that I was really passionate about serving Black women and having that cultural congruency amongst my sisters, and I wasn't doing that, so I was kind of getting discouraged. And then I was having to really compete with other white doulas, and that was hard in itself because I would go in on interviews and they would end up going with, somebody who was culturally congruent to them. And that was probably like a 2-year time span. And then I started volunteering with this organization because when you do doula work, it's really good to have another service that you offer outside of that, so you can give like a full package. And so some people add on birth photography, they add on yoga, they add on acupuncture. So they have different certifications and different things. So prenatal, if they massage therapists, prenatal massages and stuff, so they can put a nice pretty package together that goes along with their doula services. Or they do placenta encapsulation. And so what I decided to do was, I was already taking yoga classes and I really enjoyed doing yoga. And so I got my certification to become a prenatal yoga teacher. And so that was what I added on to my doula services. And so for this organization that I'm currently working with now, I started volunteering my yoga services to them so I can become better at providing yoga classes. And so that was kind of tricky because Black people don't really do yoga. And so I had to really tailor my classes to that demographic. And so not saying all of the Sanskrit language and putting it into English version was really important when you're dealing with the Black community, because a lot of us are Christians and we feel like we're calling demons if we start talking in different languages in Sanskrit. So that's just something to keep in mind if you do decide to work with our community and provide yoga to our community. A lot of people are coming around, but we still have a good population who are, a good bit of our population is still conservative to our upbringing. And so, yes. But yeah, so then I started doing volunteer work with them. And if y'all hear my kids in the background, I'm sorry. It's just, I wish I could send them outside, but the world's so crazy. I have to be out there with them, and this heat is just not what it is. But so, okay, back to what I was saying. I could get sidetracked a lot. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, so I started to do that work, and then they were awarded funds for the program that I'm managing now. And so I was pretty much the lead doula in that program when it first got funded, and I was taking on all of the Black clients, which I really enjoyed. Like, I really, really enjoy working with Black people in this work, because I'm not only working with the women, I'm working with the partners as well. So I know I struggle with our partners and Black men. So I kind of, in the fact that I'm studying femininity and stuff, I'm able to provide a level of calm to both of them. And so that was fun. That was fun. But then I started experiencing doula burnout again. And that's when I applied for the position that I am in now. And so I've been doing that for the past year. Something else that's a part of my program is offering doula trainings. And so that's what I'm working on now. We originally had a doula training, but it wasn't as great as I would have liked it to be. Coming in as the director, I feel like it didn't touch on the business side of things, and we only have 10 contract positions, and we have more than 10 people attend the trainings, and I wanted them to be really successful when they came out into the doula world and start competing for clients. And so that's what I'm working on now. I'm in a training with DTI, which is amazing. I'm learning so much, and hopefully I can get that training off the ground next year, because we had about 30 people in our training last year, but a lot of them aren't practicing, and I just feel like that's because we didn't nurture them the way they needed to be nurtured. And so that's something that, I'm personally working on, because I feel like it's easy. Y'all, I'm recording. Sorry. I feel like it's easy for Caucasian women to come out into this industry and find people who are wanting the service. But if you're a Black woman who want to actually serve Black women, it's going to be a little bit difficult to come out into the industry and actually serve your people. Luckily, the organization that I work for gives this service to Black women for free, so they don't have to pay for it, and we actually pay our doulas. But so I do suggest looking into those type of organizations in your neck of the woods. And so yeah, if you want to actually try to start your own business and stuff, it's cool, but you're gonna have to get like a good network of people around you. Really market yourself and really get a lot of experience. So volunteering, talking to family members who might be having a baby, you can start providing the service to them for free. But yeah, just know it's not easy to serve Black women in this industry. And so what I'm also working on with some of our partners that we have within the organization is to try to get Medicaid to start to reimburse doulas for their services, because they reimburse other health practitioners that aren't like doctors or nurses. They offer like mental health services and therapy and stuff. So I just feel like that would fall in that same realm. So we are working with some people to get that going. So it's actually a really good time to get into the industry, because I know that's a lot of topics. That's a big topic in the doula realm. And once that gets passed, then we can start getting reimbursed for our services. And so yes, if you're interested, today and now is a perfect time to start looking into getting into the industry. And that's all I wanted to say on this topic. If you enjoyed this video and you found it informative, please give me a like. And if you have any additional questions on anything I've said, please comment below. And also, if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to stick around. So please subscribe. And so that's it. See y'all later. Bye.